So today I'm going to be talking about the bootstrapping theory. So in this presentation, I'll be covering what the bootstrapping theory is, as well as the two main examples of bootstrapping, semantic and syntactic bootstrapping hypotheses. So what is bootstrapping theory? Well, the literal definition of a bootstrap is the little piece of leather on the back of a boot that helps you put your shoe on your foot. Well, when computers were initially introduced, the phrase bootstrap was used, or to boot the computer was used as a way of saying the operating system was starting up. The term bootstrapping was then introduced into the field of language acquisition by Pinker in 1984 as a metaphor for the assumption that a child is genetically equipped with a specific program to get the process of language acquisition started. Two major examples most frequently recognized are semantic bootstrapping hypothesis as well as syntactic bootstrapping hypothesis. Children are able to learn different words for nouns simply enough. They can see them, touch them, and then they're given a word associated with that person or object. Bootstrapping looks beyond that. How are they able to acquire words beyond nouns? And then how are they able to learn to put various parts of speech together to form complex and complete sentences? Well, semantic bootstrapping, the person who came up with the theory, Pinker, was determined to figure out the various processes utilized during a child's acquisition of language. How do children acquire new words, nouns, verbs, etc., and then how do they learn the grammar in order to put all of their new words together to form sentences? The essence of semantic bootstrapping hypothesis is that the procedures for the acquisition of grammar are innate. The analysis of semantic characteristics of initial word input, bootstraps, UG ruled prototypes, syntax, semantics, correspondence, which aided by innate pattern matching and parameter setting capabilities generate the grammar rules for the target language. So in other words, Pinker felt that children are able to use the words they already know and understand in order to figure out the meaning of what adults around them are saying. And then over time, this allows them to identify and use the additional various parts of speech. Syntactic bootstrapping hypothesis. The motivation for syntactic bootstrapping hypothesis was to emphasize the role of syntactic semantic mapping and the acquisition of verbs as opposed to sound concept pairing mechanism that can be posited for noun acquisition. A verb used in transitive context is assigned a causative reading, while a verb appearing in non-transitive context is not. So in other words, it's easier for a child to learn different verbs when they can see how those verbs directly impact a noun. For example, they may understand the verb to cut better than after seeing it used in settings where it's directly impacted by something else, such as I cut my hair, I cut the paper, I cut a string. In fact, seeing it used multiple ways and how that verb cut affects each object can help to clarify the meaning of the word itself. And then here are my resources.